will be my next mini job for the DT175. I want to start putting pieces together that I've got to find out basically what I don't have. Well, there's one on the floor. This will have to have a new casing on it. I'll need to get a key made if I can. It's got a number on it, so maybe. And we're going to get this off. And somebody just cut all the wires here. So, and it's got a busted high-low switch. So I'm going to have to see. I've got a few of these laying around, but they're not all the same. So let me see if I can find a piece for that. Or find a better one that's got all the same stuff on it. I'll be back. Alrighty, here's what I got to start with. This one has all the switches on it, but this one is flopping around, so it's missing parts inside. This one doesn't have any of the switches on, but lo and behold, it's got all the wires. They're all here with the proper plug on this one. So this one is the one that was on the bike, and it's got a proper turn signal switch, it looks like. Looks like it's all in there. And it's got a broken high-low switch. This one has the arm and both of these switches. This is turn signal. So let's take this off. We're just trying to plan what we're going to use from which. All right. This, the post that it goes into down there appears to be broken, or the screw is loose, one or the other. Let's see if we can just see if it'll tighten up, will it? Seems to. This switch doesn't want to move. I got no problem just taking this and replacing the ends on the cut-off wires. Try and lubricate some of these switches. We're just going to try and use this. This has no brakes in it. This has no brakes in it. But this one does. So we're going to take this one off. This here off. We'll make joints in the wires down here. So what do you say we get with it and fix this one? We put our meter on ohms. Let's get a stripper, strip a little bit off of these. All got all these bare wires now. See if we can find an alligator clip in here. One on the black. Okay, first one we're going to test is we're going to put the black lead on the brown wire with a white stripe. We're going to put the red lead on the dark green wire. Now, in one position of this turn signal, we should get continuity. And there it is. Okay. Now, if we leave the black lead on the brown with the white stripe and go to the dark brown, then we should get continuity on the other side. And we do. So those wires are good and the switches are good. I wish I had a beaver. You could hear it. All right, next, what are we going to do? We need to test the horn button. Horn button's down here. That goes to the pink wire. And the pink wire should go, when the button's operated, to this brass piece right here. So we hook up to the pink wire. Come on, Jack. And we push the button. And sure enough, we get continuity. Not great continuity. Well, that switch isn't working real well. Let's see if I can get some cleaner down in it. Let's try it again. Nope, that switch isn't working. Well, that's reading megohms. All right, I got the switch out of the one we're going to keep here. All right, this switch is badly corroded. So we're scraping the rust off with my knife, which will immediately need resharpening. Okay, now what we need to do is take this little piece of 400 grit and stick it down between the two contacts, and then put a little pressure on it. Oops. And pull the stuff out. we'll try and rinse it off a little. I don't have much of it left. And then we'll try and put it all back together again. All right. This goes down in like this. All right, now we got to get the screw in it. It's rusty too. But I think if it presses these two pieces together, we'll be okay. So we're going to take this little copper piece that makes contact with the handlebar and the switch. You see that? And we're going to give it just a little bit of rub. I'd say these horn switches are probably the worst on these bikes. Okay. That goes in like that. Now, let's see if our machinations here made any difference. All right, we touch this to here. We put the black one on the pink lead. We push the button. .9 ohms. All right. That horn switch will work. Let's take a look at this. So what we have here for the lighting is a yellow with a white stripe coming over here. The lighting switch, which is the one on the right side of the switch as it's sitting here in front of you, is here. And it turns the whole lighting system on or off. When the lighting switch is on, the meter light is hot, so you'll be able to see your meters. And it feeds over to the dimmer switch, which selects either a 1.5 watt or a 3 watt bulb. All right, yellow with white comes in and goes to the on-off switch, which is here. I can't see where it goes, but I'm pretty sure it goes way down at this end down here. Let me see if I can probe here. Oh, I got to turn my meter back on. Keep turning itself off. So on the white wire down here we have continuity. With the blue white wire we don't. All right, if I turn this switch on, we still don't, and we don't on the white wire either. Move it the other way. Okay, so if I turn the switch on, I get continuity between yellow and white, and what's probably the center lead on the high beam, low beam. Okay, so that goes to blue. And that's 0.2 ohms. All right, there's a green wire on there, which is not connected to anything right now. And there is a yellow wire, I believe, which is connected. So in this position, which is up, the yellow wire is connected to the yellow-white coming in. All right. And in the other position, the yellow wire is connected to, we hope, green. Maybe that's the same position. Was it? Green. Yep. So in the back position it's attached to green, and in the front position it's attached to yellow. So yellow we think is going to be high beams, and green is going to be low beams. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to fix these cutoff wires. What I did was I cut them off, each one a little bit longer than the next one. That's simply so there's not a big bunch of heat shrink in here, because it's going to be tight getting them through. So what I'll do is I'll put the longest one through first, and then the next one, and so on and so forth. But I need to solder them together first. So let's strip this down a little ways. I left them long. just going to use a solder connection. Let's see what we can do here. We'll tin both leads. We will put them side by side. There's that. And the pink one is on. I think we got it. All right, let's take our heat shrink. Let's get our heat gun. Okay, now if we can get all those wires through that casing, we'll be all set, won't we?
I don't think they're all going to fit. I need to get two more through, and this one is not going real well. That one's through. That one's through. One more.
And that one's through. Now if we can get the wires all the way through. Blue is through. Green is through. Pink is through. And brown white is through. Now all we got to do is get new ends on them. I'm going to leave them just a little bit long. Alright, we need to find the correct bullet connectors, which I believe are 3.5 millimeters. That's 3.5. Are these 3.5? I don't know. I think these are not 3.5. These are maybe 3. So those are not the right ones. Oh, these should be well, they're a little big. It says 3.7. The others were 3.6. But I think they'll work. All right, let's make sure we get the little protectors on there. Make sure they're the right way. So there's one. I never used to trust crimp-on connectors until I got this tool. I don't know if it has a name on it or not. I think I got it from the Vintage Connections website. It actually has different heads you can put in it, but this is about the only one I use. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have here a working switch for the left handlebar. If we could find the screws that go in it, there's, I think, a long one and a short one. This would be the long one, and this would be the short one. And we have a screwdriver. All right, as I was doing the editing on my video there, I realized that you couldn't see what it was I was doing when I was doing the tips or the ends on the wires. So I decided to do a little special one here. So here These are the two components that we use. This one. This is a little bit smaller than the ones I used on there, but it's the same thing. And then this is the, wow, you can't see that. How can I do that? Just like that. That's the little insulator that goes over the end of it. So you need to make sure you get this insulator on the wire. In my case, that won't matter, but I just got a piece of wire here. So you'd first put the insulator on with the small end, small diameter end down. Just like that. Then we're going to trim off a little bit of wire or insulation. You want to leave enough so it'll go up into, all right, the wire has to be up to this point here. That's where the wire gets crimped. You don't want the insulation going past this point here. This crimps around the insulation, gives you a little extra strength. You turn this, you can see how that goes. See? All right, we're going to load this up in the tool. The tool is here. Let's see if we can zoom in. Nope. Let's zoom out a little bit. I hope this will focus. So these prongs are pointed down. Let me put it in and then show you. There you can see the numbers and everything. And you give it one click on the handle. That should hold it in place. What you're going to do now, this is what I do anyway, is you're going to poke the wire into there, and you're going to watch the other side. And you won't be able to see this, but you want to make sure that the wire is inside just a little bit. And I can't see because I'm trying to look at the camera. See, it was outside the connector there for a while. But you want to make sure that the insulation is under the, maybe this would be better if I showed you outside. All right. That's how you want it to align, so that the insulation is going to be trapped by these tabs here, and the wire itself will be trapped by these tabs here. And if it goes up inside there, that's great. That won't hurt a thing. Okay? So that's the way we're going to put it. We're going to put this in there. Just like that. And then we're going to squeeze. And it will catch it. Well, I didn't do real good here, but we got everything. We just had a little extra wire. All right, it's crimped. You can see it's crimped tightly around the wire and tightly around the insulation. Here, we put this together. We'll put it in a bag and label it. Tested good. So we're all done, folks. GoPro, stop recording.